After another disappointing loss, Craig Conroy and the Flames have made a bunch of roster moves. And with a goalie carousel that just keeps on spinning and spinning and spinning, it begs the question, are the Flames preparing for a big move? Welcome to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith, and I just noticed that about 90% of the people watching here are not subscribed, so if you're a big fan of the Flames, you want to stay up to date on all the biggest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around the team, then make sure you subscribe. Thank you guys again for 1,000 subs. I love the Flames Digest fam and the community we are building here. Thank you sincerely. But of course, the Flames, I know you're seeing it down on the ticker at the bottom, just horrendous stats for most of the Flames after that awful 6-3 loss on home ice to the lowly San Jose Sharks. So the Flames obviously had to act after doing that absolute disappointment on the ice is just the best way to say it. So are the Flames preparing a big move? Now this big move, there's plenty of big moves that have been rumored that the Flames could be doing, but a big move here would, of course, revolve around the goalies. I think that's what's really going on within the fans right now. That's what's being talked about in the media the most. I know Hanifin and Tanev are probably the two biggest chips on the old trade block, but I've made many videos on Jacob Markstrom as well, and it seems like it's picking up in the media like crazy with all the goalie talk. But last night, the Flames decided to start, maybe surprisingly, Dustin Wolf. Now, he obviously did not have a very good game at all. He let in some pretty weak goals. That being said, on a lot of these goals, he was kind of hung out to dry, and the Sharks had just the easiest path to the net. So I do feel for Wolfie a little bit there, but that being said, he knows he gave up some softies, was not his best game, and he looked very disappointed in the post-game scrum. But it's interesting for Flames fans because we want Wolfie to be the goalie of the future, especially if Markstrom's going, if Vladar's potentially going, at this deadline and then Markstrom later, then no matter what, we hope Wolf obviously can continue to grow. But unfortunately, after an outing like that, the Flames are not giving him another opportunity, as it has been reported that Dryden Hunt has come up from the AHL and Dan Vladar has come off the IR, which means Cole Schwindt and Dustin Wolf have been sent back to the AHL. So Wolfie, not given the best opportunity here. Well, I mean, he was given a good opportunity to play against the Sharks, obviously didn't do too well, but I don't know if it hurts his confidence a little more and his, just his path to becoming an elite goaltender in the NHL by instantly sending him back down. I mean, obviously he said the right things after the game, saying he'll learn from it and all that, but the Flames management not giving him, a chance to go over it again instantly. I mean, who knows? Maybe he'll be playing a lot more for the Flames in the near future instead of just the Wranglers. But there was one very interesting thing about what happened, both, I guess you could say, before the game and after the game. So after the game ended, Dustin Wolf, who was rather surprisingly given the start, made a comment that has many speculating a deal for Markstrom may be near completion. That is, of course, the big move I'm referring to in the title. He also said, I didn't expect to play today, but I'm super happy I got to. So Wolf wasn't necessarily expecting to be the starter last night. So I think a lot of us Flames fans could have assumed that Wolf was going to start, after a long road trip, give Markstrom some rest, especially against the lowly Sharks, put Wolf in, especially with Vladar being hurt. But I don't know, a lot of people are speculating, hey, maybe Wolf went in so that the Flames can look at life beyond Jacob Markstrom or beyond Dan Vladar. So just continued, while it simply may be looking into things too much. The comments are interesting, given everything surrounding Markstrom at this time. The 34-year-old turned even more heads by tossing pucks into the crowd during warm-ups, something that is not normally a part of his routine, even in backup duties. So Markstrom trying to maybe connect with the fans a little before the game. Is that his version of a farewell? You can speculate like crazy. I mean, speculation is more than half of what hockey media is. Sports media in general is pretty much all speculation and debate. So is Markstrom kind of showing that he might be out soon, trying to just give the fans everything after they gave him everything, and vice versa, really? It's very, very interesting to speculate on. We've talked about Markstrom potential trades with the Devils. We've talked about Markstrom trades with some other teams like Colorado and, I heard Detroit's name thrown in. I couldn't believe that. But the Hurricanes even, maybe. But is Markstrom really on the move here? The pieces are just starting to pick up, really. I mean, it's a lot of reading between the lines. If you did your reading comprehension tests and exams in school, then you'll know a lot of what's said. You got to read between the lines. So maybe that's what's going on here. I do feel for Wolf. Wolfie definitely, he's done everything you can at the AHL level. He's done everything you can at the WHL level. All of junior hockey, he's done it. Semi-professionally, professionally. He just, oh man, it's too bad it didn't work last night. If it worked last night, I think Flames fans would be a lot more confident in a deal revolving around Markstrom or Vladar. But now, it just has stunted his growth that much more by instantly putting him back down with the Wranglers. But no matter what, I hope the kid keeps his head up. He's still very, very talented and can become such an elite goaltender in the NHL as well. So I hope he does very, very good. The last thing I just want to touch on in this chapter of this video is what Craig Conroy, the good old GM, said in a talk with Eric Francis of Sportsnet. So he said, I don't think anyone says it's okay to lose, but on some teams losing became acceptable somewhere along the line. And then they try to flip that switch to now you have to win all the games because now it's time. I don't know. I know some people think that this is a way to do it, but I don't see it that way. We're all NHL players. We're all here to win. We never want to say it's okay to lose. So why am I bringing this up now? I'm bringing it up because Conroy has said that he doesn't want the young guys around in a losing environment because he doesn't want them to get used to losing and he wants them in a competitive environment. That would explain why Coronado has not come up again for the Flames. Which makes sense. I mean, obviously you want those guys around a winning culture. You want them to be able to win and just be happy winning and not get used to losing. But you also need your best players and your best prospects to play in order to win. I mean, I'm not against Conroy here at all. He has a master plan. I totally believe in it. But at the same time, at some point, you do need to keep Wolf up. Now, maybe that will be in the near future with all this speculation. And Coronado as well. I mean, I'm sure he'll get his shot soon. But bringing up Dryden Hunt, I mean, that's great. I'm glad Hunt is getting a shot. He obviously came over in a deal with Toronto not too long ago, so I'm glad he's getting more of an opportunity as well. He's obviously played a little bit this season, bringing up Cole Schwint, and once Pelche's back, he'll be in. But man, when is the time for Coronado? I know a lot of Flames fans are asking that, and I'm sure there will be a time before the end of the season that Coronado's back. But if the Flames really do start to stink it up after the trade deadline, if Tanev, Hanifin, Markstrom, etc. are all gone, then I don't know. Don't expect Coronado to be playing too much, or I guess more of these young guys. Expect more of the vets to definitely be in the lineup. Once AJ Greer is back from IR, he'll probably be in. Expect Kevin Rooney to keep playing, all the more veteran guys to still be in. The next thing I want to talk about, of course, more trade rumors. Now, Rasmus Andersson has entered the trade rumors. I know. Trust me, I'm with you guys. Really, Andersson? You'd think he's untouchable. Well, apparently none of the Flames are untouchable, as it was reported today from Mr. Kevin Weeks, longtime NHL goaltender, said, in addition to the Flames' Hanifin and Tanev, I'm told another one of their D, Andersson, is now drawing interest as well. Given his age and his cap hit of $4.5 million for 2 more years, he's an attractive piece for potential suitors. True. Does that mean he's going to get dealed? I highly doubt it. Come on, he's the Flames' number 1 D-man. I know a lot of people will say Weegar as well with his offensive numbers this year, but Andersson's the guy. He's the guy you probably want to build around. Kevin Weeks isn't saying Andersson's going to get traded either. He's just saying he's drawing interest from teams. Now, of course, if Conroy can strike the right deal, he will. But an Andersson one, I don't know. That's a little bit crazy. But of course, there's already a trade suitor. And this is not coming from me at all. So don't get on my case about this one. But it is apparently a rumor that the Buffalo Sabres are in on Andersson, or should be in on Andersson. So Andersson would give the Sabres a significant boost on their right side, which is a precious need for them. When looking at a possible spot for him in their lineup, he would form a strong top pairing with all-star defenseman Rasmus Dahlin. Yes, a Rasmus D pairing. Now, this was from the Hockey News. They also said to go on that Andersson wouldn't obviously just be a rental for this year because Buffalo is not a contender. That's why it always blows my mind when one of these teams comes in and they're not huge contenders, like we see with Ottawa with Tanev and some other teams going in at Markstrom and even Hanifin. So he said or in this article on the Hockey News, it's under the Buffalo Sabres bracket of the Hockey News. If you want to take a look at the full article, there's not much to read, but essentially it says, Andersson would be more than just a rental. He could be another D-man of their future. They love their Swedish D-men clearly. So it looks as though Andersson apparently is on the trade block now. I don't know how true that is. We'll have to hear what Craig Conroy himself says about who are the Flames' assets going into the trade deadline. But like I said, Conroy can strike the perfect deal. I think he will. But I didn't want to make this whole video on Andersson and clickbait an Andersson video because, come on, Andersson in the trade rumors, that just, it's blowing my mind. It's just a bunch of hooey if you ask me. But who knows? He might get traded, and then we'll have another video up on Flames Digest. But that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you're new around here and you like what you saw today, and make sure you have a great weekend.